Hi guys, what's up, Zach here. Today we are here with the next round of F1 2013 career mode with Lotus, and we're starting in 11th place on the grid. Not a very good qualifying lap, and I really hope that the race goes a little bit better, but yeah, we know the car's good obviously because we got the win in Australia, so I think hopefully during the race we'll improve and hopefully we can go for a decent result. I'd like to be in the top 5 to be honest, but I'm not sure how realistic that is. Because obviously the bad qualifying, so I don't know, we'll see what happens, but hopefully everything just improves a little bit. You got Vettel there on pole, and then Webber, and I think Mercedes are in 3rd and 4th there, but you've got Prix directly in front. We've also got Massa and Hulkenberg to the left hand side, but hopefully this race goes to plan, and yeah, so here we are. A couple of Force Indias and Maldonado there behind us, so we need to sort of get through some of the slower cars first, like the Sauber, these McLaren, sorry. They'll be a little bit slower than us. Maybe Massa as well there, but it looks like everyone's going really wide, so I do realise that turn 1, 2 and all that lot is probably the best place to gain positions, and we've already got past Hamilton there, and that's a good enough move, and I got 1 lap of extra fuel there, so we're not really fueled very heavy. And oh, I probably could have gone to the inside there, but I sort of trapped myself in, and Hamilton somehow got through all that. And I have felt whilst in qualifying the car's just all over the place. The back end of the car seems to have no grip, which is just a little bit annoying. But what? Our tyres are really destroyed. I'm confused because doesn't it give you new tyres? I qualified, was it 11th? Shouldn't it be giving me new tyres? Or do I have to? I'd have never had to manually do it before, so I don't know what is happening there. Why is it giving me my qualifying tyres by the looks of it? There's no way that it's worn that much of the lap. That's just, I don't even know. I don't know. I don't even want to say anything. I don't want to get into a rage commentary. That would just be bad. But all tyres just all over the place. This could ruin my chance at any decent result here if I have these tyres. That's going to really be annoying if that is the reason why I have a bad result. But looks like Vettel has really pulled off a good lead here, and Rosberg there in 2nd, but looks like Vettel is going to be hard to catch here. He's very far out in front. We're going to get into the slipstream here of Hamilton. We'll probably get him into turn 1. We're geared for quite a fast straight line speed. He gets me on the brakes, but I'll just dive down the inside there, which is all good. And pretty much the only time I'm going to be playing F1 now is well, career mode in this split screen championship that I've decided to bring back. I did a couple of episodes and they went down well, but I don't know, I just never pursued that series, and I think I will. I'm going to record a couple of episodes this week, so it's hopefully going to be good. Last ones we recorded were quite interesting, so hopefully that all goes to plan and hopefully that series goes well. And so yeah, that's pretty much the only time I'm going to play F1 2013 now. I've got all of the co-ops recorded, so you'll see them. You've seen one yesterday. If you haven't checked it out, by the way guys, definitely go and give it a bit of a watch. In my opinion, co-op was always interesting to watch because you have 2 people commentating on it and it's just a little bit more exciting, I think, in my opinion. But I'm not really too sure because I'm not going to do a season 2 with Ben, so I'm not sure. I might do a season 2 with someone else. I'm not really too sure. I'll see what happens, to be perfectly honest. But we've gone around the outside of Alonso there. Hamilton got him too, and now we've got a little bit of a gap to Webber and then quite a big gap to Vettel. And the tyres are pretty destroyed here, so I don't know why, but whatever. We can't really get annoyed about that. There was a yellow flag. I'm not sure if anyone retired or anything there, but there was a yellow flag through that sector. Not sure what happened. Maybe it was debris. I don't know why I said like in a semi-French accent. Oh, tyres are gone on the rear, especially. I had no grip in qualifying on the rear end of the car, and now that tyres are really degrading, this isn't good whatsoever. So I'm faster than these guys in a straight line, but on the brakes I'm a little bit less. How do I say this? A little bit easier on the brakes, probably the best way of saying it. And Rosberg sort of dropped back a little bit there, but now it's a Red Bull 1-2. Vettel, like his usual self, has got a massive lead. I'm not sure exactly what it'd be, but I'm assuming around 5 seconds. it might even be more than that actually. That's quite a big gap. But you know, we've finished up pre-season testing now. The last pre-season test was yesterday in Bahrain. The last day we had 12 days of testing, plus probably an extra couple of days of filming for all the teams. So pretty much now we're just waiting 2 weeks until Australia. The practice gets underway, I think, like 3 AM in the morning. So that should be a bit interesting to see whether I'll actually get up for that. But I probably will, because free practice 1 in Australia will be the first time we actually see who's fast and who's not. But then Q1, Q2, Q3 later on Saturday, the day after, will be the true test of how fast these cars are. Apparently Rosberg's saying that in China we're going to be seeing speeds of like 220 miles an hour in a straight line, which is absolutely crazy. And in Monza we're going to be seeing speeds of about 230 miles an hour in a straight line for these Formula 1 cars. That is just absolutely crazy. I think, you know, because it's got so little downforce this year in comparison to last year, and obviously the power units still putting out, you know, a huge amount of power, so very fast in a straight line. And who knows, we might see some very interesting races, probably engines blowing up like we did when we had like little downforce, big engines at the early of the noughties, and like 2001, 2002. I sort of distinctly remember cars sort of blowing up, and quite a lot of revolution in Formula 1 was going on about that sort of time. So it should be interesting. I'm looking forward to this Formula 1 season much more than I have sort of the last 3 or 4. 2012 might have been a bit of an exception. I was looking forward to that season a lot, and that turned out to be a great season. Because 2011 was sort of a bit of a bland season. I was like, 2012 is going to be so much better, otherwise I might just stop watching Formula 1, even though people say that all the time they're going to stop watching Formula 1, they never do. It's just the way people would just get angry, and then like next week, oh yeah, forget about it. Just the way people are on the internet. See it all the time on Twitter, like, I'm never watching Formula 1 again, and then next race of course they're watching. So anyway, but yeah, pre-season testing is done. We got a GP2 pre-season test this weekend coming up. Even though as I record this, not all the drivers are confirmed, we've still got like 8 or 9, 10 spots still free. So who knows what's going to happen in terms of that. But in my opinion, GP2 and GP3 both really exciting series, and if you've got Sky Sports, definitely give it a watch, because support races are always good. I think there's a support race in Malaysia, there will be a GP2 support race, and then I think from, what would it be, Bahrain onwards, I think Bahrain to like Bahrain to Monza, I think you have them. Actually, Bahrain to Singapore, I think all the GP2 rounds follow F1. I think there might be a couple of exceptions in there, but I think that's pretty much, you know, sort of the big chunk of the middle part of the season where Formula 1 is followed by GP2. GP3 starts off in I think it's Spain again this year, in Barcelona, and pretty much takes the same track of GP2, but just starts in Spain instead of, well, obviously GP2 starts in Malaysia, but not doing Bahrain and all that sort of stuff. And I think they go to Abu Dhabi as well, so I'm not too sure. I'm a little bit confused. I haven't really looked at the GP2 calendar, but I'm definitely going to have to come in the pitch this lap in the game, because my tyres are all over the place. Just look at those. They might be the reddest tyres I've ever had. If it is including my qualifying runs, which I really hope it isn't, but I'm assuming it is, because there's no way that they're this destroyed otherwise. But I don't know, about 9 laps on these tyres, which, yeah, that's just a little bit stupid, to be perfectly honest, that it didn't change them, because you know, it's always automatically done it, so I don't understand why, but whatever. Vettel's going to have like a 10-second lead. Ooh, spinning up, nearly going into the pits. And I just put a little, you know, a lot of people ask me, why do you put it in lean mix when you go in the pits? Well, it's just to save a tiny bit of fuel, which may help later on in the race. So I put on those salmon coloured, I think it's a salmon coloured F1 Prime tyres. I don't know why I said F1. Actually, we'll just put it standard until the tyres get warmed up a little bit. But look, we started alongside Hulkenberg, and look, we've nearly had a whole pit stop advantage. So race pace seems to be good, even though we had destroyed tyres, but still no grip on the rear end of the car, which is a bit frustrating. But pretty confident I could do the rest of the race on this this tyre, because obviously it's only one lap before I was going to pit anyway, and also the fact that I did this many laps on that other tyre, so I can get to the end. How fast it will be, I don't know, but Malaysia is sort of a mid to high, I think, wearing track. Just depends what sort of setup you run. But yeah, I need to just fight my way back through this field now, and hopefully I can get around Hulkenberg and the lot pretty quickly. I assume I will be able to. Down the inside. All sliding a bit all over the place. Right, so now Gutierrez, who has somehow got in front of Hulkenberg. I don't really understand Gutierrez doing a lot better in the game than he did in real life, but dive down the inside. Just to have the grip to do so, and we're also going to grab the DRS, which is a bit cheeky, but we do. And I think the time will be probably about now to start running in that fast fuel mixture. Hopefully no positions will be lost during this pit, but I'm not really too sure as who's that coming into the pits. Guess it's Hulkenberg. Hamilton hasn't pitted. It's all a little bit confusing. I don't know what the car on the track in front of me is. I think it's, yeah, it's a McLaren or Perez. So yeah, pretty much in terms of Formula 1 series, I think it's planned out for tomorrow or Thursday, a new F1 series on a different Formula 1 game. So you're going to see what that is. A lot of people have been asking me, and I just wanted to keep it a bit of a secret because I thought it'd be interesting to see if any of you guys guessed it right. But yeah, that will be debuting soon. Also, Need for Speed Rivals. I'm going to test out with like 3 or 4 episodes, see how it goes. If people don't enjoy it, I won't continue the series. If you guys do enjoy it, I'll, depending on how much you enjoy it, I'll probably keep it on this channel or maybe put it on my second channel, not too sure. But also NBA 2K, because I'm finally getting this splitter or HDMI splitter thing, so I can record PS3 and PS4 gameplay with my Ava Media. The problem was that obviously I did have some PS3 component cables, but for some reason it didn't let me use them with this capture card, which is a bit frustrating. But also through HDMI, the PS3 doesn't like it, and it's got sort of copyright protection on it, obviously, understandably, because they don't want anybody like copying Blu-ray movies or whatever on it. So understandable, but the HDMI splitter sort of is a way about getting around it. I know you shouldn't be doing it to, download or not download. You shouldn't be doing that to get Blu-rays off of it, but for gaming, I think it's sort of acceptable, to be perfectly honest. And it's just a bit annoying that the PS4 didn't have this HDCP protection thing taken off. I really wanted to just wait until they removed it, but it was on sale, this splitter on Amazon, from like £45 to $15, and it's one that everyone uses pretty much. All of the people that have got good quality are using this splitter, so I'm confident everything's going to work out and hopefully everything goes good. But you get a huge amount of time on Vettel here. I'm not sure how long this is going to last though, because to be honest our tyres are starting to die off a bit, so it just depends how fast we go here. There's a massive gap behind to Hamilton. Vettel not that far up the road. This could be a really amazing comeback. Our qualifying was just not up to par, and this somehow in the race we've just found a lot of pace. I'm not sure, maybe the setup is more beneficial towards the race. I'm not really too sure. Obviously I think, because obviously in qualifying you have DRS at selected points, it might be just hitting the limiter and stuff, but the sort of high gearing that I've got does seem to work out quite well in the race. In qualifying, I think this is the right way around. I think qualifying you want to. No, actually, no, I was going to say something, but I don't think it's right, so I don't want to say it. But I think the gearing I have is beneficial for the race. Standard revs for Vettel. So it was 3.5 at the start of this lap, or through sector 1, and that's 2.8, so 7/10 of a second gained, and pretty much identical lap times there, so that's really good. That's exactly what I wanted, to be a bit more consistent there. But I don't know now how it's going to go because the tyre is going to be degrading. But I suppose I will have less and less fuel, so we'll just see what happens. Hopefully everything works out here, and hopefully I can bring home at least second here. But you know, I was aiming for a top 5, but I didn't really realise how well I was going to do in the first sort of couple of corners, to be perfectly honest. Again, a lot of time, and then I just, you know, the fight back was on, and I did a pretty decent job of getting around everybody. So 10 seconds to Alonso, I could probably almost afford to do a pit stop and come out in second, and you know, worst comes to worst, if my tyres just fall off the cliff, I still have a chance of second place. So you know, the tyres start falling off really drastically, I might just come in the pits and put some soft tyres on, but we'll see what happens. But Vettel is right there, but the tyres are starting to go off. Oh no. Nearly drove it off into the gravel there. That would have been costly. Lost a lot of time otherwise. If I had gone into the gravel there, I should say. It lost me about 2 seconds to Vettel there. That little mishap, having to just pretty much put the brakes full on. And yeah, that left front really is taking a beating around here in Malaysia. Really not liking the gripping to the road, but a bit unfortunate that that's happening. That the tyre wear is massive, and obviously a bit annoying that my tyres at the start of the race were either glitched out or something. I don't understand, to be honest. It's always done it automatically before, switch me onto the new tyre. So you know, if you qualify at the top 10, it's always put me onto at least new versions of the tyre I qualified on. So a bit annoying, but I suppose that's just one of those things. It probably made the race a bit more interesting at the end of the day. And yeah, so who knows, if I had new tyres at the start of the race, I might be leading this race by a mile. So at the end of the day, it probably made the race a bit more exciting for you guys, which, you know, at the end of the day is whatever, is the thing that matters. I want to get my words out finally. 3.4 seconds. I wonder whether we can close this gap down to Vettel. That's the aim, but whether we can do it or not, not sure. We'll have to see how fast this Lotus car really is, but it looks like we're getting a little bit through here. Sector 2 I think is where I'm best, especially in this Lotus car, which has a lot of front end grip. The rear end grip of the car doesn't seem to be amazing. It's just not doing anything stupid here, as we'll have about 4 laps to go as we cross the line. So should be exciting to see how I do, but it's just this corner I mess up all the time, but not that bad that time. A little bit faster than last lap, and obviously I made that mistake there. So the gap to Hamilton is holding steady, so I'm just pulling down on Vettel. The Lotus, it's a pretty nice car. I can do this whilst I'm driving in a straight line, but my opinion, out of the race, I just heard someone saying, that's what you just said, out of the race. And what? Why's Vern pitted twice? I don't know. But yeah, I think the Lotus livery is quite nice. A lot of people seem to not like it as much because they put a bit of red on it. But yeah, 2014's car's got a lot of red on it. It's almost becoming not a Lotus livery this year. You know what I mean? The black and gold is what they were looking, you know, is what they were going for, and they sort of just moved away from it. And it's slowly getting more and more red on it. Probably due to Maldonado's millions of pounds of sponsors wanting to have a red background. But overall, in my opinion, I still like the look of it. But if they're going for the authentic look, it's not really as authentic. I don't know. That doesn't seem to be the right word. But you know, they were going for the sort of 80s. I think it was the 80s, late 80s, JPS coloured Lotus, the black and gold. I think that's what they're going for, but they seem to just add a bit of red. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter too much. I'm not too fussed, but I think other people are that are a bit more hardcore fans of the Lotus team. You can correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not too good at my F1 history from the 80s, 70s and 80s, but is the 3 stars on the sort of front of the car, is that representative of their 3 drivers championship? I'm guessing that is. I don't know whether they won drivers or constructors championships. I'm not too sure, so you can leave that in a comment down below to let me know. So yeah, be sure to do that. That would be always helpful. Answer my question of F1 noobness. But yeah, I'm sure you guys will leave some comments. But we're only going to have 3 laps to go here. There are cars at turn 1 currently, which will be the Marussia and the Caterham. We're not going to be lapping those guys, but not that far away, to be perfectly honest. Only a 25% race. That's quite a lot of time we've actually made up on the back markers. Quite a good race in my opinion. Vettel has done a very good job. I don't think I'm going to be able to pull it back now. It just seems to be pulling out the gap, and the tyres seem to be going off a little bit, but I'll try my best. I'll probably know by the end of lap 13 whether I've got a realistic chance. I need to be pulling in like a second and a half a lap now, so I need to really be 2.5 at the end of this lap, and then 1 second by the end of 13. And if it's about the 1.5 second mark, I might have a chance, but we'll see. And well, I'm not really too fast, to be perfectly honest, because honestly I know I probably shouldn't. I don't really deserve to be this close to Vettel because of how badly I qualified. And you know, I suppose it's a bit of a comeback, but interesting. I'll say that it's an interesting race, and hopefully it's been enjoyable to watch, and hopefully I covered some interesting topics. I don't know why, and my words just aren't coming out right today. I'm messing up like half the stuff I'm saying. But was it 2.5 seconds I said? No, it's 3.8. Even though this is faster than last lap, I think it might be the last chance saloon. Ooh. Yeah, and I don't know why this reminded me of this, but in F1 racing there's an article bit called Last Chance Saloon for about Sergio Perez at Force India. And by the way, F1 racing, I wouldn't normally recommend it because it's normally, there's not a huge amount of interest in it, but buy this month's issue, guys, because it is really good. And I'm not being promoted to say that or anything, but it really is a good issue. There's a huge amount of content in it, and I'm not sure the cost because I get it on subscription. So I don't even know why I have it on subscription, to be perfectly honest, because I don't really read it a huge amount unless it's like previews and stuff. That's the stuff I really like, and driver Q&As, but it seems to have less and less of that. But recently they picked it up in the last issue, definitely, and it's been really good. So yeah, definitely go and give it a look. You can probably have a look at it in your newsagent, have a quick flick through, and I don't know how much it is, as I said, because I've got it on subscription, but it's probably worth a buy if you're a big F1 fan. And it's pretty interesting. 4 seconds to Vettel, don't think I'm going to get that, so I'm not going to be able to do a Vettel and like win everything. But you know, first and a second in the first two races isn't too bad whatsoever, and hopefully everything goes to plan in the next race in China, which will be up in about a week's time, guys. So this series is going to end up probably playing out to be about 5 months long, I think, just under 5 months long. So by that sort of time we're going to be looking at the new F1 game, so I think that's the sort of, you know, I think it's the right time to do this last season. I'd rather do one a week, and just personally I feel that any more would just be too, you know, little fun to, it wouldn't be fun to make in my opinion if I did any more. So I think this is the most I can do with the career mode still being fun, and as I said, I'm really not going to be playing this game a huge amount anymore just because I don't really have any need to, but the cars behind us are really catching up to us. They might even be closer to me than I am to Vettel. Actually, probably not. Sliding all over the place, tyres are gone. I had to pit the lap I did though, because otherwise I literally wouldn't have been anywhere near the top 5 in my opinion. I'd have just been all over the place. But Hamilton, Alonso and that crew behind me have really closed the gap in the last couple of laps. So their decision to pit later really was beneficial. But in my opinion, my decision was the best one for me. If I went an extra lap, it would have been really bad. I probably wouldn't have. I probably might not even made it to the end of the race. I might have ended up crashing or something on that lap. That would have been disastrous, wouldn't it? But yeah, I'm just losing loads of time to Vettel now. But hopefully I can just bring this home in second place, which would be great. As I said, that would be, I think that's 43 points on the board, which is not too bad whatsoever after only 2 races. I can't remember who finished second in Melbourne right now. I don't know why, but I just can't remember who got that second place. But we'll see, obviously, what the championship looks like after this race. But the tyres are literally gone. There's a big black line of rubber. That might be from me down on the road there. A car sliding about all over the place, probably leaving 2 black lines to come out of every corner. Yep, there's 2 black lines on the road, but not really a bad last lap. I think I kept the gap to Hamilton the same on this last lap, but just a bit disappointing. I I was really close to Vettel at one point, and then it just all went away. But it's definitely this last sector where I lose most of my time. Just through a couple of corners there, I just can't keep the car on the track. It's frustrating, but at the end of the day, we had a nice comeback. 11th to, I won't say it yet because we haven't crossed the line, but starting 11th, I wasn't really expecting a huge amount, but we come up to the finish line and we finish in second position, which is pretty happy. I'm pretty happy with that, and as I should be, because that was a pretty decent race. And Kimi Raikkonen, out of all people, is the one person to retire here in 22nd. So there's the championship. Let's go have a look at the Drivers' Championship. Vettel's there, only 6 points back. Hamilton's there in third, and then Webber, Alonso, Rosberg, Raikkonen, Massa, Button, Perez, and Hulkenberg are your point scorers. And there is the Constructors' Championship for anybody wondering. Only 6 teams have currently scored. But thanks for watching, guys. It's been Axe, and I'm out of here. Goodbye. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like. It's really appreciated. And if you have any comments, leave them down in the comment section. I'll try and reply to as many as possible. You've got 2 videos on your screen. To the left, the latest F1 career mode. On to the right, you've got a random video. You can click on which one you want to. And also, if you haven't checked out the GT Omega, go and check them out. There's a link down in the description. And they've got really good racing cockpits at really good prices. So go and check them out. Check out the videos on the screen, check out my links, Facebook and Twitter in the description. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. It's been Axe, and I'm out of here. Goodbye.